My name's Jan Dietrich, and I run a beneficial insect company, Rincon Vitova Insectaries. I guess you would say our mission is to promote biological pest control by natural enemies so that it eliminates the need for using toxic things to control pests. I think I was born to help my dad save the world from toxic pesticides. From the time I could walk and carry stuff, I was out helping him in the field. He also was an inventor and very interested in mechanical things, and particularly the vacuums in insect production rooms. And he even invented vacuum insect collector for the field on the front of a big pickup truck. It was like a 10-foot boom for vacuuming hayfields, where the preponderance was beneficial insects, especially green lacewing. We had an old green canvas army tent, and he let all these bags, like gallons and gallons and gallons of insects that he collected with the vacuum, let them loose in this tent. And then he stuck me in there actually with an aspirator, just like what we used to collect the beetles in this room. But it was not with vacuum machine. It was like, so he'd go. And he said, collect everyone that looks like that. I don't know, I just treasure those memories of just being up close and personal with beneficial insects. Right now we're in the Lindorus production room. Lindorus is a little lady beetle. It's a small black lady beetle. Most people think they're larger and red, but there are 80 different kinds and come in all colors. So our production system in this case is on these oversized butternut squash, and they're infested with a scale. This looks just like dirt, you know, but it's actually insects. These are soft-bodied insects under a hard scale. And this beetle has mouth parts that rip that open and eat the soft-bodied insect underneath. Biological pest control as a method is always going to be more effective because the pests do not develop resistance to their natural enemies, whereas resistance is guaranteed with chemicals.
She experienced firsthand, the problems of working with pesticides. That as a student intern, she was working with this fellow who was looking at flies developing resistance to pesticides, and so she was handling concentrated pesticides, just on an open lab bench. And she thinks she may have gotten, some serious poisoning from that, and eventually it led to her not being able to bear children, and so it's a great sadness for her in that regard. So in that sense, she's got a missionary zeal to help people get off of these pesticides that have given her problems in her life, and that she's seen cause problems for lots and lots of people, for the farmers, for the farm workers, for people living downstream.
Got a load of wash on the line. It's easy to see our messages. This crazy guy formed this healthyclimateproject.org. Yeah, and its basic is about sustainable cotton. It was a program that we helped with. We love Farm Day. Yeah, and this is my most important cause, putting a price on carbon. I love that. We grow millions of flies here, and half of our business is actually producing a little wasp that attacks houseflies. So, and just to have a little context, where do people have problems with houseflies? A lot of it would be where you have animals. An accumulation of animal poop is where flies like to breed. For example, where horse race tracks, horse stables, trainers, and so on really value our fly parasitic wasp because they don't want to use any toxic pesticides around their horses. We go out a couple times a week to do show and tell with. Particularly, there's a program that's being enjoyed by every third grader in our county. Last Thursday, and part of what the kids enjoy, and especially that age group, is our fly maggots. And they're fun, they're a little scary, and kids like to hold them in their hands and feel them. We say, now they're gonna tickle, don't throw them, don't scream. On the way home, the cup of maggots spilled in the car, and they don't want to leave easily. It's a very big job to shoo flies out of a car. Getting close to ready to launch a new website just for cannabis growers, and we have to do this. It's a huge financial opportunity for us, but also the role models for a practitioner. Now it's the cannabis growers by far. These people really watch what's happening in the insect ecology in cannabis production. The regulations, once a state regulates cannabis, like they now have in California, they test for pesticides because a lot of it's for medical. Medical marijuana should not have any pesticides in it at all, and it's terrible to market medical marijuana without being sure that it isn't toxic. So we have an amazing open horizon there